I found out in my reporting later that night, the local police department, it was actually in a neighboring community, not in Massillon, but
Uh-huh.
there was threats against the Denny's. And the police chief at the time in the one area was telling me, yeah, it wasn't just from people who were upset, it was police officers that were threatening the Denny's. So, yeah, it was some crazy times. I mean, and thankfully nothing happened, but I could have probably found myself in the middle of trouble, with threats and everything. And I just walked to the door and it said, "Oh, you're the reporter. Get the heck out of here. We don't want you around
Yeah,
anymore."
that's the other thing. Only you feel like the police officer in a domestic dispute
Mhm.
when you guys are, the public can't do without us, but at times they don't want us around uh, in these other times too. So we are off as journalists are often put into a hot spot too, and my heart goes out to those people trying to get the facts straight and just provide a service for the public. I remember the last time I covered an officer being killed in the line of duty. It was in the city of Girard, which is in southern Trumbull County, and it was an officer, pretty popular officer. Again, one just like this one did not have a family of his own. He had a mom and dad. He was the only child, and the mother and father were in education, were popular, and the officer was a popular guy who was uh, kind of good with the kids in Girard, and he was shot and killed on the front porch by a man who was in the middle of a domestic dispute. And it was a Saturday night, I remember, and the mayor of Girard had to confirm that the officer had died, and we got that confirmation from him, and we went with the banner headlines, and then later I remember covering the memorial service, the funeral, because it was moved to Beagley Center on the campus of YSU because of the crowd. There was like more than 10,000 people there for the funeral, and that's it, as it will be for this deputy in Morrow County. All of Ohio's law enforcement will turn out to honor this fallen hero, this fallen first responder, and that'll be something to see. Um, and then another time, I remember in 2007, an officer in the city of Youngstown was gunned down during a traffic stop at around midnight, right in the central business district, and the person got away, so there was kind of a tense manhunt for him the following day, and we kind of followed that up. And the officers, being high strung, were kind of uh, close, tight lipped until that man was captured. And he ultimately did get captured, and I believe he did die in prison. So that
Yeah.
was the officer shooter actually succumbed in violence himself. So those were
Yeah.
the two times I remember covering these tragic instances.
And we live in a world now where the police get questioned about a lot of things. And again, I work for you, and I'm a company man. So go to our website where I work at abc6onyourside.com. Tons of coverage today about the shooting.
Right, and in the days coming up, I'm sure they'll have the memorial service, the funeral covered well too.
Yeah, but I will say, in case you're not looking there, the police officer did what he had to do. I mean, he had to go. He was threatened by the man that ended up shooting him. But what do you do? I mean, you have to do what you do. That's part of what you do as police officers. You have to be there. You have to try to rectify the situation. Um,
Right, it's a part of his job.
yeah, and I read the report. They sent out the report from the courts, and the guy was pretty much like, "Hey, if you want to live, you better get out of here." The guy said the deputy, but the deputy's got to stay. I mean, and obviously the deputy wanted to live, but he was doing his job. And whatever you think about police, I'm not always in agreement with everything the police do. Look, these guys have a hard job, and they do